Appreciated your contribution this afternoon, and Rick McIntosh out there at Bendigo. Great to see the strapper giving Electric Bell plenty of love as well. Rightio, Hutch, this is the Hong Kong Sprint as we build up towards another one of the features on the international meeting this afternoon. Lucky Sweynesse is the favourite. Can Zach Purton get the job done here?
Yeah, he sure can, but he's short enough in the market. He's a little bit short for my liking, but I mean, the barrier really plays into his hands. He should park in the 1-1 or something like that. He can track the speed. He can be a bit slow away, Lucky Sweynesse, but with the right run in the race and his performance in the main lead-up, I thought he was excellent. Wellington has beaten in this preparation, but he pulled up lame last start, so he's good enough. Done at the wide barrier, put you off. You've got Ryan Moore, and he's best. On their two best performances this season, I've literally got less than a neck between them. So that's what we could be seeing potentially here. That said, Lucky Sweyness's preparation's been pretty much smooth sailing, and he's on the up. Whereas Wellington's more so the more seasoned galloper. Of the international entrants, look, the Japanese have brought over a host of sprinters. I think Damien Lane rides Jen Dharma will go forward. And I thought it was, interestingly, a sprint race that usually got a couple of the locals that really inject a bit of speed, which may not necessarily be the case here. And Sight Success will press forward, but probably not the breakneck speed that you can get in this race. But that also might play into the strengths of Lucky Sweynesse.
Down the bottom as well, James McDonald and Joe Moreira creates a little bit of interest as well with strong rides here in the 13 and 14 here.
By all accounts, J Mac has said that he's really happy with the condition of his Mikael. But the wide barrier, it's difficult. I mean, you sort of, for a horse that probably needs a bit of cover, had an excuse last start in Japan, went wide and was working, was well beaten. But the form prior to that, it had speed very short. It was excellent. So, look, it's not the worst day for James to be thinking, well, if we can just go back and pop in, we're going to have to give them a bit of the start. We'll hope that they go quick enough and I can chime in. But not the worst. Like I said, by all accounts, are pretty happy with the way the horse's condition.
A great Aussie connection here as well with Limbs Kosciuszko for Dan Maher and Danny Beasley. And great to hear that Danny, I think, after this afternoon's coming back to set himself up back in Australia and ride here, and I think has future ambitions to train. But Hutch, we hand the microphone, I suppose, over to the Hong Kong broadcast team after the run into the sprint. So the punters at home, they've got their pen and paper down. They want Hutch's best for the afternoon because we've still got 5 to come and there are some big races to come. So who do we like, Hutch?
Well, there are some big races to come. My best is actually not one of the internationals. It's in race 9. I think Golden Express. Look, it's short. I had it short, marked short, and I think it will be tough to beat. Interestingly, from a Victorian point of view, Bonzapella runs around in there. She's actually worked quite nicely. And we've also got a Britannia winner from Royal Ascot. So it's a decent race. But this horse, Golden Express, who hailed from Queensland, I think it looks tough to beat. As far as the other internationals are concerned, the cup's wide open. I think Jack Daw, going to give you 1, but literally 4 or 5 could pop up in that one. And
Golden 60, do we put the chips in, or are we having something?
He's going to be... look, he's unbackable. He's not one that I'd take too short. I think I got him about $1.70, $1.60, $1.70. It'll be a 2-horse race, but it's one of those ones where I'll just be sitting back and enjoying it and just hope they go toe-to-toe.
Yeah, he's aiming to match the record of Good Gababa with 3 wins in the Hong Kong Mile. And don't forget as well, that's the race that Laura of Indices is representing the Aussies for Annabelle Nation and James McDonald.
I think Laura of Indices there's a chance of sort of picking up a minor spot in that race because it does fall away a little bit. We had Salios come out for Japan who was found to be lame upon a vet check. I think outside of the principal 2 milers in Hong Kong and California Spangle and Golden 60, it does drop away a little bit. But let's hope for Australia and Annabelle and all the connections that Law of Indices can run well.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully a few of the stars can shine on the Hong Kong international stage this afternoon. It's been great to see. Well, Damien Lane, that was just terrific with Win Marilyn, wasn't it, in the previous race, to see Frosty take out the vase.
Oh, definitely, yeah. It's one that he'll be happy to watch the replay of. That was a fantastic ride, and he just, there was stages of the race where he was in a great spot and then it was looking a little tricky, but he didn't panic. And, he just delivered a brilliant piece of riding to score on the Japanese entrant. And have no fear here. I mean, when you have a bit of success for a lot of these Japanese connections and they decide to travel, if you can continue to hit the scoreboard like he does, the opportunities will blossom, and let's hope that's the case for him.
Well, Hutch, it's been terrific to get your insights on not only the Bendigo meeting, but in particular the Hong Kong international action this afternoon. Been great working with you, and I'm sure you're going to be trying to come home strong for all your followers here at the international meeting.
Yeah, definitely, Ben. It's been a pleasure this afternoon, and well, don't go anywhere on racing.com because we've got plenty more to come from Asia.
Forward here. Didn't go forward last time out. He set off the pace. It was a really good ride by Zach Purton that day, so I don't think he necessarily has to be right up at the pointy end, but he wouldn't want to get snookered around the fence either.
Absolutely. First few hundred metres, crucial. Ryan Moore is a good man to have on your side here, so I'm going to side with Ryan, Richard, and of course Wellington.
There are 6 individual Group 1 winners going around in the Longines Hong Kong Sprint of 2022. Will it be the up-and-comer who hasn't won a Group 1 yet? Who is the short price favourite? Lucky Swain S at 1.8, taking on the big boys here in the Longines Hong Kong Sprint, the second race of the Turf World Championships here at Sha. And to describe it, it's race caller Mark McNamara.
Thank you, Tom. The board's lighting up here. Gendarme's green lamped. He's into 28. The 10 is supported. Cordyceps 6 at 16. The stablemate of Wellington. The 12 Sight Success at 23 and the 13 Mikhail Yell at 26 from barrier number 14 for James McDonald. So Sight Success goes in. Mikhail Yell is ready. Skyfield Lucky Swain S about to come forward with Super Wealthy Duquai. And Wellington will be about the last. Lucky Swain S at 1.9. You're getting 3.9 about Wellington, who rolled him 2 starts ago, then had excuses last time. The Longines Hong Kong Sprint field already. Lucky Swain S 1.9, all clear. Racing, and he jumped really well, Lucky Swain S. He was about second out of the gate. Slims Kosciuszko from Singapore first to go. Sight Success goes up to join him. Stronger third, Lucky Swain S fourth. Fifth, the rail, Resistencia, and Courier Wonder a little wider. The speed not overly hot early. Mikhail Yell wide going forward from Super Wealthy. Then Cordyceps 6 from Naran Huleg. Wellington next from Gendarme, Skyfield and Duquai. Sight Success away from the rail. Leads half a length over Little Limbs Kosciuszko. 3 wide Mikhail Yell at the 600 metre mark. Fourth is Stronger, Lucky Swain S. Fifth on the inside from Courier Wonder. Resistencia, Super Wealthy, Wellington next, and then Gendarme. Sight Success, Mikhail Yell is still there. Then came Stronger, Lucky Swain S in deep traffic from Courier Wonder. And here's the big boy. Here comes Wellington. Sight Success. Wellington's after him from Mikhail Yell, Courier Wonder and Skyfield. Wellington ranged up to Sight Success. Courier Wonder and Skyfield. Wellington, he's back to his best, baby. He's a sprint winner. Wellington from Sight Success or Skyfield. Then Courier Wonder. Mikhail Yell, no luck. Lucky Swain S. Followed across the line by Super Wealthy. Then Stronger. Duquai, Cordyceps 6, Naran Huleg, Limbs Kosciuszko, Resistencia, and Gendarme. He couldn't arrest anybody because he was the last one home. Ryan Moore, Richard Gibson. It was a blip last time. He pulled up lame. He's bounced back in style, and at 4.1 and 1.7 beats the 12 Sight Success for Christophe Lemaire at 3.5. Skyfield the 2 for Blake Shin at 6th place. Courier Wonder will probably run 4th looking at that, just in front of Mikhail Yell. Lucky Swain S was buried in traffic. But the big fellow, Wellington from 10. What a way to bounce back. He was so good first up. He had that niggly injury the second up run. There was question marks, would he be here? You do have to feel for Alexi Bedell, who's been on him so long throughout his campaign until injury has struck. But what a deputy. Ryan Moore jumps on board for Richard Gibson, and Nick Child has steered Hong Kong's best sprinter to the Longines Hong Kong Sprint.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mark. Ryan Moore just returning on Wellington. Ryan, very well done. That's another sprint for you and a big performance from this fellow.
Yeah, he's a very good horse. I'm obviously very fortunate to pick up the ride, and poor Alexis had the bad luck of not being here today. He's a horse that's proven at the top level, and I think it's his 4th Group 1 now, is it? And the pace was steady early. was able to get a nice bit of cover just back from midfield, moved into the race comfortable, and I got to the front too early, to be honest. But he's a talented horse and pleasure to ride.
Richard Gibson's always had a huge opinion of this horse, Ryan, and this is the race he's wanted, so nice to win it for him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Richard brought me over a long time ago to ride for him, and it's nice to ride him a big race winner today.
Ryan, very well done.
Thank you.